Hello everybody and welcome to the Watkins Glen International Raceway for the NASCAR Xfinity Series Mission 200 and of course the 25th race of our NASCAR Xfinity Series regular season here at the Watkins Glen International Raceway. One more race remains until the Xfinity Series playoff begins after today. Of course, their playoffs begin at Kansas, Bristol. Next week is their regular season finale. As we're green and underway here at Watkins Glen, it is the colleague duo of Shane Van Gisbergen and AJ Allmendinger on the front row as we go into turn one for the first time today here at the Glen. SVG on the outside, Allmendinger on the inside of this first corner. Of course, two of the best road course racers in the business. Three wide, multiple rows back behind them. A little bit of contact further back, and around goes Cole Custer. The 00 gets turned around going into turn one. Custer goes around in the runoff, but no big damage sustained. Just three wide, almost four wide. Gets squeezed there by Austin Hill and Joey Logano, who sends Cole Custer, one of your bubble drivers, spinning early in this race. Early adversity for Custer to overcome if he wants to find his way back to the front here at the Glen. As we go now through the S's, the first time today, huge trouble, big contact. That's Brandon Jones in the wall. Connor Zilish is involved. As here's how the entry of the S is Connor Zilish turns Ross Chastain head on to the guardrail. Chastain spins back into Zilish, who gets drilled by Sheldon Creed. They get back into the guardrail. Then as Zilish is trying to merge back here, he gets hit by Josh Williams, as you'll see here in a minute. It's a hard crash early in this race. A chaotic start here at Watkins Glen for the rookie Zilish in his debut, destroyed by Josh Williams. Brandon Jones, his teammate, also piles in. Brennan Poole, big damage. You got Kyle Weatherman, Alfredo getting slammed into by Leland Honeyman, R.C. Anderson. Kyle C. catching some damage, and there's a bunch of ARCA brakes at the back. A lot of good cars destroyed in that. Including Brandon Jones never gets a chance to race. Connor Zilish doesn't even get a chance to complete one lap in his Xfinity debut here at the Glen. Disastrous turn of events for him. Unfortunate start for Zilish in his debut. As meanwhile, back to front, it is SVG leading Ty Gibbs back to the start-finish line on the opening lap of racing here at Watkins Glen International. SVG leading, Ty Gibbs second, Allmendinger third after a huge crash. Brings out the initial caution of the day. It is SVG leading here at Watkins Glen after one half lap complete. As we get back underway, I think it's Jeremy Clements and William Byron who just came down pit road as we go back green. Here on lap number 4, it is Ty Gibbs on the inside with, I believe that's Chandler Smith on the outside. They're going to be three wide for the lead going into one. Ty Gibbs sends it, Allmendinger gets sent wide. Gibbs cut off Allmendinger. He got punted by Chandler Smith. The 16 goes wide and loses all of his track position. Allmendinger goes all the way to the back here at Watkins Glen. Jesse Love is going through the middle, through the grass here in the S's. Multiple other cars as well, but they all managed to keep it clean and keep it green. We continue on. Ty Gibbs leading over his teammate Chandler Smith here at Watkins Glen. Of course, Ty Gibbs, you know, he's a great road course racer even in the Cup Series and even especially here in the Xfinity Series. He has had so much success when he was full-time in 54 and even when he was, of course, select starts like he is now this year in that number 19 for Joe Gibbs Racing as they continue to be side-by-side throughout the pack. Here at Watkins Glen, it is still, though, Ty Gibbs in control, leading over the two fighting for the regular season championship in Chandler Smith and Justin Allgaier as we work our way through the final right-hander here of the course here at Watkins Glen. And it'll be Ty Gibbs leading the way here 5 laps in at the Glen. Now I have another restart here quickly thereafter as we get back underway here on lap 10. The 81 of Chandler Smith has just brought it down pit road from the leads to get back underway. Is now Allgaier leading us to the green flag, who's clear of the cars behind him. No pressure at all because the outside lane didn't even get a chance to go. So it's Allgaier now leading over Joey Logano. And that number 15, AM Racing Ford here at the Glen, as Allgaier tries to get his second win of the season and claim that regular season championship. More three wide behind us. Lots of cars banging into each other, but we stay green. And there goes Chastain. Chastain gets turned out next to the turn 1 by R.C. Anderson into the tire barrier. Damages Chastain's bumper as Chastain goes around, but we stay green for now. Here we got Ryan Sieg doing some dirt tracking on the grass, almost causing another massive incident right there. Luckily, everyone gets it checked up and avoids slamming into Ryan Sieg, and we continue on here at the Glen. Now as CSVG with some strategy got pushed back midfield, racing Sieg and Mayer for position nearly 3 wide, making it work through here through the bus stops. It's a tough portion of this racetrack to get through clean. Here Watkins Glen. Meanwhile, back to front, you got Jesse Love, Ty Gibbs battling hard for third, but it's Justin Allgaier driving away with the race lead over Joey Logano here early in stage 1 at the Glen. Now, Phillips there, Logano has now taken the lead away on lap 13. Gibbs follows through to second. How about that? Your 2018 Cup Series champion, Joey Logano, now leading the way here at Watkins Glen at number 15, AM Racing Ford, followed by Ty Gibbs in second. Logano continuing to lead now, trying to lap the 44 car of Brennan Poole here for a third time, as he was one of the cars involved in the initial wreck. They lost a couple of laps on pit road making repairs, and now Logano coming through that final corner, trying to hold off Ty Gibbs, who tried to use that as an opportunity to take the lead away, but not quite going to be able to do it. Logano will hold the lead here on lap 21 as we are under caution here, because Ryan Sieg and Sammy Smith got into it, and Sieg got sent spinning Sammy Smith way off into the IndyCar portion of the course right there. Way off goes the 8 of Sammy Smith, 39 Ryan Sieg, two bubble drivers who need to basically, well, Sammy Smith needs points, Sieg needs to win to make the playoffs. They both go around, not going to help their case at all. As now it'll be Ty Gibbs and Jesse Love leading us to the green flag back here on lap number 23. We've got multiple cars coming to pit road. Mayer and Austin Hill barely making the commitment line. And now they're 3 wide for the lead into turn 1. Jesse Love, Allgaier was there. Ty Gibbs still trying to make it. We're nearly 4 wide for third. Lots of contact, and there goes the 7. Allgaier gets turned by William Byron into turn 1. He slides off into the runoff area, and Allgaier goes around, and there goes his shot at stage points as he gets taken out right there on the restart. SVG just made a way too aggressive dive bomb, trying to pull it 4 wide into turn 1, and Allgaier got the worst of it. Now you got RC Anderson driving through the grass here. He's able to merge back on the racetrack safely, but a huge loss of position for Allgaier. As back at the front now is Jesse Love, who has cleared AJ Allmendinger for the race lead, but Allmendinger is putting the pressure on. That's 16. We know how good Allmendinger is at road courses here, especially in the Xfinity Series, and he's trying to find a way by Jesse Love for the race lead in the stage win. Here came the 16 do. He's right on the back bumper of Jesse Love. Down the back straightaway, going to the final 2 corners of the course. Jesse Love to the inside, Allmendinger to the outside. Love comes up to block. Allmendinger not quite able to make the move, and Jesse Love will hold the lead here, coming to the end of the stage here at Watkins Glen. Jesse Love trying to hold off AJ Allmendinger with a huge run behind him. SVG around the outside. Custer gets another spot for him as Byron comes down pit lane on the last lap of the stage. Allmendinger and Love continue to be side by side for the lead into turn 1. Jesse Love's going to clear AJ and hold the lead with just 1 to go in stage 1 here at the Glen. As you see here now on this final, of course, last lap of the stage, Jesse Love through the final corner here at the Glen will come through to get his 3rd stage win in a row and 3rd of his career. Jesse Love wins stage 1 here at the Glen. Ty Gibbs 2nd, Allmendinger, SVG 3rd and 4th, Almirola runs on the top 5, then Custer, what a recovery for 6th, Ed Jones in 7th, Logano 8th, Austin Green 9th, and Riley Irvine retired. We are also under caution, but Sammy Smith in the 8 wiped himself out back here, off into the gravel trap, and the last 2 corners right there just slammed him right in the back of Jeremy Clements and wiped himself out. A tough day for the 8 of Sammy Smith, and now with Custer getting points. Same with SVG. That's really going to hurt Sammy Smith's chances of making the playoffs if he doesn't win next week in Bristol. So now we get back underway in stage number 2. It'll be Jesse Love and Ty Gibbs on the front row here at Watkins Glen. We're green and back underway at the Glen in stage number 2. Love and Gibbs lead the way. A couple of Sieg cars on the pit lane. Perkins and Kyle Sieg, that is, nearly 3 wide into 1. Once again, that's Allmendinger back there. How about Austin Green inside the top 5 as they make their way through turn 1 safely? Everybody makes it through good. We stay green. See SVG, Cole Custer, a lot of other guys pitted, lost some track position. Nearly 3 wide there with Alfredo and DiBenedetto managed to get through there cleanly. And we stay green. How about Austin Green in the 32 for Jordan Anderson Racing? Have another impressive road course run, currently running in position number 6. Having a shot at a top 5 here on the back bumper of AJ Allmendinger as we go through the S's. Here go Austin Hill there trying to work the inside of Allgaier. Not quite able to make that work. Hill falls back a little bit trying to hold off Sam Mayer, which he will for the moment. The 7 behind Ryan Sieg. Meanwhile, back to front is Ty Gibbs driving away with the lead here early in stage 2. A lot of speed in that car. Now another caution came out, so we have another restart. Here on lap 33, Gibbs and Almirola, JGR teammates side by side for the lead into turn 1. As there's contact behind them, around goes Austin Green in the 32 in front of the pack, and Sammy Smith piles in. Big hit for the 8. Jeb Burton also around. Jesse Love has to check up. And another big spin into turn 1 with the guys trying to go 3 wide. Austin Green just gets clipped by Chandler Smith and turned completely around by Sam Mayer. Austin Hill gets a piece of it. Big hit there from the 8 of Sammy Smith. Jesse Love checking up caused Burton to go around. And we are still green somehow for the moment here. Watkins got into that big incident involving the 32 of Austin Green, who's having a great day so far up to this point, but goes around, collects some damage. Meanwhile, back to the front of the field, Ty Gibbs on the inside of Eric Almirola. Gibbs trying to take the lead away from his teammates side by side through the S's. Contact made, and Ty Gibbs takes the lead away from his teammate Eric Almirola in aggressive fashion here at the Glen. Allmendinger now trying to come through as well in the second. How about the 16 wanting a shot at the lead? As now the caution has come out. It is still Gibbs leading. Allmendinger now on the outside of Almirola for second as they go down the long back straightaway here. It'll be Gibbs leading the way. A caution came out because I believe that's the 8 of Sammy Smith officially retired from the race. We're going to be back underway here on lap 35. It's either Sammy Smith or Alfredo. It's either the 5 or the 8. Couldn't quite see the number from here. At the front, it's Allmendinger leading as they're nearly 4 wide behind him again into turn 1. This probably isn't going to end well as they go into turn 1. And around goes the 81 of Chandler Smith. He spins. Custer gets a piece of it. Damage to Austin Hill. And once again, this time it was his own teammate Almirola clipping Chandler Smith, turning him around, and Custer gets a little more damage on the hood of that car. He has been through a lot today, but is still hanging tough inside the top 10, keeping himself in contention, which is what you need to do to make the playoffs when he's got one of those last 2 spots. Austin Hill, heavy damage on the hood of that 21 from slamming into Chandler Smith. That could be day-ending damage for Austin Hill. We'll see what transpires there. Now, a few laps later, on a green flag run under yellow, the 1 is Sam Mayer running by himself at the back of the field, just blows an engine. All on his own, the engine lets go on Sam Mayer, and his day is done here at Watkins Glen, which means he will officially have to win at Bristol, and that'll be his only path, or else he'll be missing the playoffs for the 2nd straight year. In much more disappointing fashion this year rather than last year, where he was right on the playoff bubble and had a really strong year going. Now, Ty Gibbs alongside Ryan Sieg on the front row as they get ready to get back underway here on lap number 43. Gibbs, though, comes down pit road with his teammate of Almirola. Austin Green and Kyle Weatherman follow them down. Now it's Ryan Sieg in the lead here at Watkins Glen for the first time today. Remember, if he wins, he gets into the playoffs and bumps out either Cole Custer or Shane Van Gisbergen. We'll see what will happen there as Sieg leading the way behind him. The 17 of William Byron, who's been very quiet all day long, but has now finally worked his way up into position number 2. And Byron has a shot now to get around Ryan Sieg to take the race lead away and get himself a stage win and get some track position for that final stage of racing where you want to be up at the front to have a shot at the win here. Byron chasing down Ryan Sieg through the S's. Byron going a little wide there. Ryan Sieg, though, the better line through the corner, holds the lead for now. You know Sieg is desperate here in game and in real life, of course, to make the playoffs, but Byron gets to the inside. Ryan Sieg a little bit too wide through the carousel. Caution is out. We'll get to that in a minute. But William Byron now side by side with Ryan Sieg for the race lead down the back straightaway. Byron trying to take the lead away from Sieg on the outside through the right-hander. He will. So the left-hander, rather. Byron takes the lead away from Ryan Sieg in the final corner, and now Byron will be in control of this race with the caution flag here. Late in stage 2 at Watkins Glen, William Byron leads the way. And now you got to figure out why the caution has come out. The 16 of AJ Allmendinger is destroyed because SVG's own teammate gets too aggressive in the corner, spins himself and AJ Allmendinger. They both go around. SVG's able to recover. Allmendinger spun out all the way in the runoff, so trying to merge on the track, he drives himself head-on into the tire barrier. A confusing move there by one of the most talented drivers on road courses, AJ Allmendinger, continues to hit that tire barrier, knocking himself out of the race in a wacky turn of events. Allmendinger takes himself out here at the Glen. One of the favorites who had a really fast car is done. And now it's Joey Logano leading SVG. The way the strategy continues to flip-flop the field here on lap 46. Logano now leading the way here at the Glen. Can Logano get a stage winner? Could he pull off an upset win for AM Racing? Meanwhile, back here we watch Allgaier battle Ed Jones for position. William Byron up ahead of them. Logano still leading the races all on pit road. SVG, Shane Van Gisbergen on pit road right before the end of the stage. SVG comes down the pit lane. Once again, more pit strategy being played here for track position. We'll see how that works out for SVG, but he just threw away 9 stage points. You know, with his situation on the bubble, every single point matters. If I was him, I'd be taking the points here, unless this is a strategy that will get him the race win. We will see. Meanwhile, Joey Logano now is on cruise control for the stage win with 4 seconds on William Byron as he goes through the final right-hander here to the start-finish line. Joey Logano is going to win stage 2 here at Watkins Glen for AM Racing. William Byron comes home second, Ed Jones third, Allgaier fourth, Custer rounds out the top 5, then Ty Gibbs, Jeremy Clements, followed by Jesse Love, Ryan Sieg, and the final stage point going to go to the 98 of Riley Earpst. So there you go. How about Ed Jones getting stage points in both stages? Very impressive run for him, but Logano gets a stage win for AM Racing with some strategy. Now back underway in the third and final stage of racing here at Watkins Glen. Going to be 27 laps to go. We're back underway. Allgaier on the inside, Ty Gibbs on the outside. Ty Gibbs easily clear for the lead into turn 1, but they are once again 3 wide behind him for about third. Gibbs and Love lead the way. 3 wide, contacted, around goes Ryan Sieg into Jeremy Clements. They go wide off into the runoff in turn 1. Sieg just got too low, got turned around. Nowhere for Clements to go. Running top 10, he gets collected a huge hit. The 36 of Kyle Weatherman just pile drives Ryan Sieg's rear end and huge damage to the hood of Kyle Weatherman's car. He is done for the day. Meanwhile, we got Ed Jones and the 14 of RC Anderson going wide. It's a huge lick right there. Ed Jones slammed RC Anderson in the guardrail. His car went half airborne, Anderson's did, and now trying to merge back on the track. The 26 of Ed Jones hits the wall, spins Anderson back around, and then gets himself piled in by Jeremy Clements, who's having such a good day. Piles into the back of Ed Jones, and Jeremy Clements' car is destroyed after having stage points right there in stage 2. Tough way to end Clements' day. Same thing for Ed Jones, who had a really strong day going, but just a few baffling moves there on this restart. Meanwhile, back to front is Ty Gibbs back in control of this race, leading over the 2 of Jesse Love. Now as we get back underway on the ensuing restart, we'll be here on lap 56 to 57, so this time by will be 25 to go. Of course, the list of cars out of the race grows. RC Anderson now out, you got Clements out, you got Ed Jones unfortunately out of the race. It's Jesse Love now clear for the race leads, going into turn 1 for the first time. Side by side for third behind him. More 3 wide scenarios. This time nobody spins out in turn 1, thankfully, and we stay green and continue racing here Watkins Glen. Jesse Love trying to drive away with the race lead and en route to his 2nd career victory, which he was just short of last week in Atlanta to his teammate of Austin Hill. A few laps later, still Jesse Love driving away from Eric Almirola. Watch William Byron, who gets turned around. The 17 spins in turn 1 off the bumper of Shane Van Gisbergen. SVG being aggressive, trying to make up positions to get points. Turns around the 17 of William Byron and brings out the caution flag here at Watkins Glen, which is exactly what Jesse Love did not want to see. He was gone, driving away with the race lead. He had it in the bag, and now the caution comes out. And here we go again on lap number 64 now. So it'll be just 18 laps to go here at the Glen. It'll be Jesse Love once again side by side now with Eric Almirola on the outside lane. How about the 20 of Almirola and one of his few starts this year? Leading the way 3 wide. Gibbs into turn 1, too aggressive. Behind him, there's a big stack up with Kligerman, Ryan Ellis. Everyone saves it. We stay green, continue on through turn 1, almost 4 wide back here with Gibbs, Custer, Allgaier. They all managed to short it out as Jesse Love and Almirola are driving away with the top 2 positions. The battle is for third between Custer and Allgaier. Trouble, there's Blaine Perkins in the guardrail. Around goes Chastain. Multiple other cars collected. That is Austin Green who piles it. Perkins upside down. Big damage to Ryan Sieg as well. I see the 29 of Perkins hooked Austin Green in the guardrail. Comes back up, causes Perkins to wipe out off of Ross Chastain, collecting all the Sieg cars. Sieg to Benedetto. Big damage to Brendan Poole. Kyle Weatherman's in it. SVG is able to get checked up and only get very, very minimal damage. SVG very, very fortunate right there to escape with only minimal damage, being in the middle of the mess, but a huge pileup sends Perkins up and over as Jesse Love continues to lead here. Watkins Glen. Jesse Love got shuffled back on the restart. It's now Almirola and Allgaier in control. Custer sends it 3 wide into 1. It's going to send Jesse Love around. There goes the 2. And the 98 of Herbst as well. Custer was too aggressive going 3 wide. Cleans out Jesse Love, who was doing so well and almost had the win. Now spins out and loses all that hard-earned track position along with Riley Herbst in the 98. Disastrous turn events for them. Meanwhile, back here, SVG still on the grind, trying to force his way forwards to get positions. Just got around the 43 of Ryan Ellis, who's had a spectacular day inside the top 10, especially with the long and growing list of DNFs now. After that big Blaine Perkins foul, a few laps later, it is still Eric Almirola leading, but Ty Gibbs is applying pressure back in second as Allgaier and Custer duke it out for third with Shane Van Gisbergen lurking right behind them. Meanwhile, at the front is Ty Gibbs now, who is taking the lead away from Eric Almirola. Gibbs to the point here, Watkins Glen. He will take the lead away from Eric Almirola as they continue to battle now for fourth between Allgaier and Van Gisbergen, and SVG will take that position away. And SVG on the charge late in this race, 11 to go, up to fourth. But it is still Ty Gibbs leading in control of this race, trying to get his first Xfinity win of the season. few laps later, Cole Custer now trying to get by Eric Almirola for second. SVG right on his back bumper. Big shot there. SVG sends Custer a little wide. There was Joey Logano way wide off the racetrack. And Logano into the tire barrier and upside down. Logano flips himself over in a wild turn of events. He gets loose off the curb into the runoff and head on into the tire barrier, just like Allmendinger, but at a much higher speed. And Logano flips himself over on his roof on the exit of the bus stop in a wild turn of events. The Cup champion will end this race on his lid, and that will bring out the yellow with just 10 coming to 9 laps to go. Almost contact there, 3 wide for a second between Custer, Almirola, and SVG for second. Custer will hold that position, and SVG tries to capitalize and take third, but he won't be able to do it as Ty Gibbs leads the way. Now on the restart, Cole Custer is taking the lead away from Ty Gibbs. Now Custer leads here with just 7 laps to go at Watkins Glen. Ty Gibbs is second, but look who's in third. That is SVG. Shane Van Gisbergen in third, now in a great spot to go out there and win this race. He forces Ty Gibbs to go low. Gibbs now trying to take the lead away from Cole Custer on the inside of the bus stop. He goes low, but SVG, brilliant move right there, flies by Gibbs on the inside, and SVG now into second. 1 spot away from his first career win in a spot in the playoffs. He is chasing down his fellow bubble driver of Cole Custer in the 00, who also wants to win bad. So both drivers trying to lock themselves into the playoffs. Gibbs and Byron scrapping for third behind them. Custer with a bump from SVG there through the second to last corner. Custer barely holding on to the race lead. SVG clearly faster, but Custer being insanely good on defense here to try to hold this lead off from Shane Van Gisbergen with just 6 to go in this race. SVG's there on the inside now with just 5 to go. SVG has taken the lead on the outside from Cole Custer, and that could be the race. SVG to the point here at Watkins Glen with 5 to go, and he's driving away from Custer, who's under fire from Ty Gibbs. And now white flag in the air. Final lap presented by Credit One Bank here at Watkins Glen for Shane Van Gisbergen, the native of Auckland, New Zealand. Of course, had that huge breakout win in the Cup Series, the Chicago Street Course, earlier this year in our universe. Won the 2024 Cup Series Chicago Street Race. In real life, of course, won last year. 2023 was tapped to be full-time in this Trackhouse Colleague Alliance car, the number 97, with WeatherTech on the hood for sponsorship. He has been strong this season, been around the bubble all year long. Currently entered today, only in by 3 points as he goes through the bus stop for the final time, and he might leave today in the playoffs for the first time with a win, as Custer looks like he'll secure second here over Ty Gibbs, who's still under fire from Byron for third. SVG now with a huge 7-second lead, going through 2 more corners before he's an Xfinity winner for the first time. Shane Van Gisbergen, we know how good he's been on the road courses, but he's finally going to be able to put a race together here at the Glen through the final right-hander and down the front straightaway. Get the rugby ball ready. SVG wins at Watkins Glen. He is into the playoffs with his first career win for Shane Van Gisbergen. Cole Custer comes home in second. Ty Gibbs holds off William Byron and right at the line for third. And Jesse Love rounds out the top 5, followed by Eric Almirola, Justin Allgaier, Riley Erbst, and the last car in the lead lap will be the 43 of Ryan Ellis in 9th. Chandler Smith comes home in 10th, 1 lap off the pace. So SVG gets his first career Xfinity win here at the Glen, leading it's basically the final 5 laps of this race, and he led 3 laps earlier in the day en route to his first career win in the Mission 200 here at Watkins Glen. So look at your final race results. Of course, SVG gets the win, locks himself into the Xfinity Series playoffs. Cole Custer still on the bubble with a very good points day, coming home in second. Cup drivers Ty Gibbs, William Byron, very strong runs for them, 3rd and 4th. Jesse Love almost had the win, but gets a solid 5th place finish. Eric Almirola, another good 6th place. Shout out to Ryan Ellis with a great top 10 finish. And then, of course, got the rest of the group there. How about Alon Day coming home 14th? Logano, of course, on down, all wrecked out. Logano flipping himself over. AJ Allmendinger got wrecked out. Mayer crashed out. Hill wrecked out. Sammy Smith, Connor Zilish, Creed, a whole bunch of wrecks happened. As you now look at your playoff grid, the Xfinity Series playoff standings, of course, just 1 race remains now. The regular season finale at Bristol next week with Dale Jr. in the field, by the way. And, of course, SVG winning means we have 11 winners. So Cole Custer is basically locked in unless we have a new winner, because he has 81 points, which cannot be made up in 1 race. So unless there's a new winner, Cole Custer will have that final playoff spot. But if there is a new winner, Sammy Smith on down, they all have to win. But if one of those wins, Cole Custer is out. So there you go, SVG in, Custer on the bubble, hoping for a repeat winner at Bristol next week. And as always, before we end the episode, I'm going to give a shout out to my channel members. So I'm going to give a shout out to my boy Jeremy Isley. I appreciate your support, Jeremy. Thank you very much. And if any of you want to become members as well, you can click the link down in the description below or hit the join button to get access to exclusive perks such as early access to all my videos. So until the next episode, I hope you all have a good one.